Hey guys, welcome back to the third episode of Hilti Live. My name is Krista and today I will be your digital account manager.
Hey Krista, a couple more tools and I'll be ready.
All right, we're just setting up while we're waiting for a couple more people to join. Today's topic is gonna be safety. If you didn't know that it is Construction Safety Week, happy Construction Safety Week to all of you guys out there. I would love to know what you guys are doing this week to re-energize your focus on safety on the job site. So are you guys taking any classes, courses, trainings, lunch and learns? Let me know in the chat what you guys are doing this week. So without further ado, let's get started with today's episode on safety. To help us walk through some of these safety features, I'd like to introduce my teammate, Artie.
Hey everyone, glad to be here today.
Yeah, awesome. So we're gonna talk through Artie's gonna help us talk through some of these safety features. What's the first thing that we need to know about safety?
You know, hopefully all of you have seen earlier this year, we had a little product launch we call Nuron. We actually launched 70 new tools to the market on a brand new battery platform. And one of the things that we worked on in the development of this was how do we bring better health and safety to this platform? And today we're gonna talk about three key aspects. It would be our dust removal systems, our active torque control, and then how we address tools when you're working overhead.
Okay, awesome. Well, let's get started with the active torque control. What do our customers need to know about the active torque control?
Great. So our customers are probably familiar with this technology. In-house, we call it ATC or active torque control, but it's been a part of our large combi hammers for a long time. In fact, a lot of our customers prefer our combi hammers because of that. What this does is if you're drilling in concrete today, the tool will actually detect as it starts to over-rotate and it'll shut off so you don't injure yourself after a quarter turn. You know, this helps protect wrists. It can help protect you if you're working overhead so you don't fall off of the lift that you're working on. And so our customers really like it. But with Nuron, we actually saw an opportunity to bring this ATC or active torque control technology all the way down to all of our drills. And so what Krista's showing you there is our SF6H22. We have this on all of our cordless drills all the way down to our SF4 now. So if you like the ATC technology, you can now have it whether you're doing big combi hammer drilling or you're doing your lighter duty drilling with these tools.
It's really awesome.
Yeah, it is.
All right, I'm gonna try this out. Safety first.
Yeah, I hope what you see there is, yes, it has really cool new safety features, also just a really incredibly powerful tool.
Yeah. Let's talk about another tool that has the active torque control that's new.
Yeah, for sure. So we have actually two here that we can look at today. So we've got the AG6D, which is our new cordless grinder.
Yeah.
We've got a couple of cool things on that we'll talk about today.
Awesome.
And then we've got the TE6-22. So you probably are familiar with the TE6 if you've ever done a lot of drilling overhead with Hilti tools. This is the newest one that's on Nuron of the 22 volt platform. So I talked about how it works on combi hammers. I can give you a little example here on this tool. So you can hear the vacuum still running for collecting dust, but the drilling itself actually shuts off whenever the tool begins to over-rotate.
Okay. Awesome.
But when it comes to grinding, you know, you're not just drilling in one plane. The disc is not only moving in one plane. Yeah. You have to think about the entire space that you're working in. And so when we were developing this grinder, we said we need a new technology that doesn't exist today.
Yeah.
So we created what's called 3D ATC, so three-dimensional active torque control.
Awesome.
So the tool knows when you're working in a particular space.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna work in this space right here.
Yeah.
It knows where I am, and when the tool moves too quickly in a different direction, it will actually shut off. So I'll demonstrate that now. So sometimes when you're working with grinders, your discs can get jammed. Sometimes you can bounce off of your base material. There's a risk of injury when that happens, and this tool, we know that, and so we baked into this tool the ability to shut off. And it's real simple when it does that. You just turn the switch off, turn the switch back on, and you can get back to work. So super cool feature that doesn't slow you down, but can help you work more safely too.
I would love to try. All right, so.
What Krista is showing you is that it works in the 360-degree plane around the tool.
Yeah, so is there another new feature that you'd like to share?
Yeah, one of the most exciting things that we were able to do with Nuron is actually invent some new technologies to make tools safer.
Yeah.
In addition to 3D ATC, we did that with a technology that we're calling SenseTech. So when we were developing this tool, our customers were telling us that they really like grinders that have the thin ergonomic design of a lock-on switch, but they still wanted the safety of a dead man switch.
Okay.
And so we were having trouble, okay, how are we gonna solve this? So we said, we can't use what exists today, we're gonna invent some new technology. So this tool has sensors built into it that actually detect the user's hand. When you turn on the switch, the tool powers on. Go ahead. And then when you release your hand, it actually turns off. So
yeah.
You saw she lost her grip. That happens on job sites, right? And if the tool's still running, there's a risk to injury there.
Yeah.
But for this tool, it actually would shut off, so that risk of injury is actually reduced.
Yeah.
You also notice she's wearing gloves. It works if she were barehanded, if her hands were sweaty or greasy or wet from rain.
Yeah.
The sensor is always going to work, no matter if you're wearing gloves or not.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's all really cool features. Let's move on to our next topic, which is the dust removal.
Sure.
So one thing that I've heard is that, oh, safety is going to slow you down. There's extra steps included. What do you have to say about that?
Yeah, so for us, these dust removal systems that we have, I mean, they're basically part of our culture now.
Yeah.
I mean, we've had them way before 2017 when the silica regulations came out from OSHA, because we've always sought to find ways to make the job sites safer for our customers. But when we launched Nuron, we found a way, we saw there was an opportunity to make it even more productive. And so you got to see Saul a few weeks ago talk about how to install chemical anchors in a completely cordless system now, because we now have Nuron that gives you the combi hammer and the vacuum all on one battery. But what you're actually doing when you're drilling with a hollow drill bit, you'll notice it doesn't have flutes on the bit. Those flutes on a traditional bit pull the dust out of the hole, so you can get a clean concrete to hit every single time.
Yeah.
So with a hollow drill bit, it's sucking that dust out of the hole at the point of contact. So it's actually reducing the amount of friction that's in the hole, which lowers the heat load that's on the bit, and it can help bits last longer. It can also help them drill a little bit faster. So you can improve productivity when you're using safety solutions like vacuums.
That's awesome.
Another, I guess I should mention a couple of other new things that have come along with Nuron are we have the ability not just to do a completely cordless anchor installation, but we also have now the ability to do concrete grinding. So the limitation on concrete grinding is a Table 1 silica dust requirements for your disc diameters. You have to have so many CFMs per disc diameter, and now that we have the VC140, we have enough CFMs in order to be able to do this application. So I've got my AG6D again, my VC140. So now, virtually dust-free, I can concrete grind in a completely cordless system, all on one battery.
That's awesome, and that's another safety feature with you're not having to drag cords on the job site or finding out where you're going to get your power. It's all cordless.
Yep.
So that's awesome. All right, let's move on to the last safety feature, which is tethering.
Sure. So our customers approached us a few years ago and said, we've got a challenge on job sites. They told us that we can buy tethers, we can buy tools, but when it comes to making sure they work together correctly and are installed correctly, there's no tested system in place to prove that to us, that it actually works. And so what we did was we actually created our own tether. So we have a line of Hilti tool tethers, but then we created a testing system to test them to make sure they worked correctly. What Nuron allowed us to do actually though is to bring that system of Hilti tool tethers to virtually all the cordless tools that you see here today. So it doesn't matter if you're drilling holes or if you're grinding or if you're using a cutting tool, we now have a way to attach tethers to them. I don't know if you guys drill overhead, if you've ever dropped a tool before, probably not, you're safer than I am. But if you do, we have you covered. We've got a solution for you to help not only protect your friends that are working below you, but also to protect your tools so they don't get damaged if they get dropped accidentally.
Awesome. So we have a lot of safety features that we include in our tools. One thing you guys might not know is that on Hilti Online, we have something called Hilti Academy, where there is toolbox talks, webinars, all sorts of resources for you guys, not only this week, but every week of the year. So is there any other topics that you would like to mention, Artie?
I just want to say, I hope you've seen a lot of innovative things today. Maybe something struck a chord with you. If you have a question, you're interested, drop a note in the comments. We'd love to reach out and connect with you. And if there's something you see in the market that you say, hey, this is something we need to think about doing, let us know. That's how we gather information as a company. We have thousands of interactions with our customers every day, and these touch points are how we're able to develop products that the customers need to get their jobs done productively and safely.
Yeah, let us know which safety feature was your favorite. I hope you guys join us next week, or in 2 weeks, with Derek. He's going to be talking about the TE2000, the VC140, and the DSH600. Thank you so much for your time.
Thanks, Krista, for having me.
It was really awesome. We hope to see you guys in 2 weeks.
Hey, see ya.
See ya.